First round of shots are on me, Bash called from across the table. Who's going to help me carry? I took a long pull from my second legal beer and shook my head. Not this guy. I shouldn't have to do anything but drink myself senseless like any normal person did on their 21st birthday in Vegas. Being one of the fighting McDaniels brothers had a lot of perks. Being the youngest of the fighting McDaniels brothers had also come with a lot of ass whoopings. The least these bastards could do was get me a few rounds after the torture they'd put me through in the early years. Olivia laughed and stood, and Maddie followed suit, dropping a kiss on his girlfriend Kayla's forehead before joining in the procession toward the crowded bar. Kayla stayed put, eyeing me pointedly, and I blew out a sigh. What?
You know what, Reed.
It's my birthday, I reminded her, holding up my pint glass and shaking the golden liquid gently. Do we have to do this today?
No. But since you're 21 now, it only seems right that you at least commit to doing it at all. Give me your word as a grown-ass man, Reed. Promise me you'll tell them.
She folded her arms over her chest and stared me down until I let out a groan and rested my head in my hands. Jesus Christ, fine. I'll do it, all right?
Soon,
she pressed in a pleading voice that was really kind of killing my birthday buzz.
If we can take anything away from the past few months, it's the fact that secrets are dangerous, nefarious. They can creep up and choke you and the ones you love when you least expect it.
She reached for me and closed her fingers around my shoulder, urging me to face her again.
We all made a pact before we moved, Reed. No more secrets. Not between any of us.
The rightness of her words seeped into my bones, and I picked up the beer on the table in front of me and took a long swig. Knowing the right thing to do didn't make the doing of it even 1 ounce easier, especially when I knew exactly the kind of havoc this bombshell was going to wreak on my family. One of the worst things that could have happened had happened. Sherry McDaniels was back. It was more than a month ago, and I still couldn't quite get my head around it. Our mother had shown up, without even a postcard or a phone call to say she was in town. Luckily, when I told her she couldn't come in, she didn't push it. But the business card she'd left me was burning a hole through my wallet. I could feel it there, ever present, more obtrusive and ominous than a loaded pistol. I had taken that card out every night since the move to Vegas, while I lay awake in my new, unfamiliar bedroom. I'd stare at it, and imagine how it would go down if I told Bash and Maddie about it. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys before we moved. Mom stopped by. That was always as far as I got in my imaginings, because the ludicrousness of it all was too much to get past. After a decade of being MIA and literally abandoning us in our home after the death of our father, with only a fridge full of food and a casual see you later bye, Sherry McDaniels wanted to waltz back in like she'd never left.
I missed you, sweetie.
That's what she'd said to me when she'd seen me. The fucking balls. Anger rose up to choke me, along with another emotion that I refused to give a name to.
Are we in agreement, Reed?
Kayla asked softly. She was persistent, if nothing else, and I met her green eyes with my own. It would be so much easier just to throw the card away, forget my mother had ever contacted me, and make like nothing happened. But the whole reason I'd told Kayla any of this in the first place was that it wasn't going to be so easy. Because Sherry had started calling. The first time was last week. I didn't pick up and she didn't leave a message. Then, this morning, she'd called again. This time she did leave a message.
I'm looking to fly out to Vegas real soon and was hoping to get in touch. So call me back. And happy birthday, baby.
My stomach churned and I took another swallow of beer.